Hello guys and welcome. Today let's talk about Gaming Awards 2024 and what can we expect. Now I'm gonna be honest guys, the fact that even gaming studios like League of Legends or Elden Ring are mentioned and even nominated for getting awards is pure insanity, and it just shows how these awards have no credibility anymore, right? I mean, why are we promoting these hand-picked pros who get paid to gatekeep any competition? And the fact that League of Legends was even mentioned, even though they haven't seen innovation in last 20 years, and made total joke out of esports and the whole MOBA genre, just show how little credibility these shows have today. And the fact that these overhyped console games like Wukong or Elden Ring are even mentioned is kinda insanity, just for the fact that how incomplete these games actually are, you know. And it really shows today awards are basically just about who can manipulate more media, you know, who has more control. They are bringing guys in that don't even play games, right? But you never bring guys who played and dedicated years of their life into gaming and trying to make something out of it, even though they deep down know they have no chance anymore because capitalism has simply destroyed esports and gaming and content creation, when only 5% of the guys have a chance, right? I mean, it looks fun on the pictures, but it's probably just glorified single player game. Honestly, most of these elements are literally taken from older games like Crash Bandicoot, Bunny, you know. Literally, see the knockout things, this is literally what Hyre Studio already did, or EA with Rocked Arena, you know. So how is this game being the most innovative game out there when literally all the concepts are already been made 5 to 10 years ago? Jesus, man. Also, please tell me how many of these guys who are here on the stage are actually real gamers? How many of them make content for games? Who are even these guys? What did they achieve? Did they get, you know, diamond in... Ah, man. It's honestly embarrassing in my opinion. I mean, League of Legends haven't seen any innovation in 20 years. They made a joke out of not only esports, but only the whole MOBA genre. Many gaming studios trying to copy them, right? Thinking they will get the same results, but most of them are in brink of destruction now. Not only because of capitalism, but because of this outdated MOBA mentalities, for example, that only Dota can be competitive. So they ignore 50 to 70% of their player base, no matter how passionate you are. And then they handpick all their pros, waste massive amounts of money on these so-called pros that never really were pros. They're just handpicked guys who get paid to gatekeep any competition. And most of these guys are actually just there not only for political reasons, but because they can get more promotion on social media, right? If you call yourself the best, if you call yourself world champion, you're gonna get 3 to 5 times more viewers on social media. That's how many people made their careers, even though they were never really world champions, right? I mean, and then you talk about Wukong, Elden Ring, overhyped console games with limitations, 60 FPS, peer-to-peer connection, zero social or multiplayer elements. One of the most overhyped and outdated games out there. They're literally 20-year-old games like Distrega or Pirate of the Black Cat that have better action combat than most of these games today. Like, for example, Distrega has better action combat than Tekken franchise today, and that game is like 25 years old, you know? So what are we even doing here? Where is the innovation, guys? Why are we promoting these guys who are literally holding the whole industry back, who literally made joke out of esports, who literally make it so that only 5% have a chance, so that eventually the whole ecosystem will collapse, because people will realize they have no chance anymore here. And that's a fact. That's why content creation has been dying. That's why sports have been dying. Sports without real rankings and tournaments are practically meaningless. UFC, T1, one of the biggest sports organizations in the world, they turn into a joke. Nobody cares about hand-picked pros anymore. You have to have real rankings, you have to have real tournaments. And then we are promoting League of Legends and Valve, Riot, who are only reason they are there because, you know, Valve can make the most shitty game out there and they will still make money from Steam. And same with Riot because they have so much control over Asia market. They are not popular because they are being innovative. Everybody knows that. Just look at the UI, just look at the game itself. Just look at their esports. You know, turn it into absolute joke. And that's a reality. When you only give 5% a chance, then eventually the whole system will collapse. You know? Like honestly, if you just look at Taken franchise, right? They still have two-dimensional combat. There are 25-year-old games like Distriga that have better action combat than Taken today. Because these guys always think they are so innovative, but they're just being outdated. And then a lot of these guys who stay at the top, they just manipulate media and algorithm and their viewers, make it popular. They make countless of promotional accounts over social media, especially on Reddit and YouTube. And this is what you got, zero innovation, just a good looking graphic. But deep down, most of these games are totally outdated and should never even be mentioned in the Game Awards. It's honestly embarrassing, you know. Same with Elden Ring new game. Jesus Christ, people wanted more social and multiplayer elements for years, more replayability, and we got another co-op game, you know. Or they have one of the best franchises in the world, Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy. They're supposed to make dream game for us. But most of these franchises now are totally outdated, show zero innovation, they're not even fun to play, you know. You can't even tame monsters in Monster Hunter franchise. To ride them around, it's outdated action combat, outdated social elements, because they think after 20 years that multiplayer is a bad thing. Or like how most MOBA studios think that only Dota is competitive, because after 20 years they don't even understand the true origins of their own genre. True origins of MOBA genre are millions of community-made maps. It was basically a fight of characters on all different fan favorite maps, not some mere Dota. Dota was just one of them, you know? Can we actually bring some passionate players here, not just some capitalism guys who haven't seen innovation in 20 years, man, Jesus. Or can we talk like how bad gaming and esports are currently because of capitalism, because of all these issues we have been talking about? Honestly, it's a miracle how Elden Ring or games like Wukong were ever so overhyped. These games have so much limitations, so much missing elements, that honestly, the game looks good, yeah, graphically it looks good, but anything else really is outdated. Action combat, not even basic keyboard scheme, no leaderboard, no rewards, not even basic social elements like chat bubbles or voice chat. Outdated action combat like spamming dodge is not innovative form of action combat. So why are they get the game award like they're being the innovative gaming studio? They're not. They use AI, they recycle assets from their older games and then they act like they're being innovative, man. Jesus Christus.